Hi, welcome. We have Kristina Lemieux with us here today. I'm really excited to have her here because I feel like Kristina is doing the work that is most similar to what we're doing in Generator, but she's doing it in Vancouver. And so welcome, Kristina, and let everybody know what it is that you do.
Yeah, so I developed a platform based around my many years of expertise with a bunch of artists in Vancouver called Scaffold. And the idea with Scaffold is that I work with independent artists and small nonprofits to provide coaching and also light administrative support around what it means to have a career in the performing arts. So while I'll do some stuff for them, really what I'm looking at is building the skill set that artists are not getting when they're training around the breadth of what it means to have an artistic career. So grant writing is not divorced from rehearsal time.
Right. I mean, and so this is so similar to what we're trying to do here. Generator is a capacity building organization, is to try to give artists the skills that they need to do the stuff they need to do to get their shows up and running, basically.
Yeah, and in my plus 15 years working in the arts, I really noticed in the last little while that this idea that you're going to have a general manager after you work a certain amount of years is just becoming more and more untenable. If you're already not on 3 levels of operating funding and haven't been for a while, you're likely never going to be bringing in the kinds of revenues that are required to hire an administrative person at a level of skill that you want, in addition to doing your own work.
Right. I mean, like that person was what the old Generator staff was supposed to represent. There was the artists would be in the rehearsal studio, and then hopefully you would have enough money to try to pay staff to take care of any of the stuff you don't want to do. And the kind of fracturing of that model and the unfeasibility of it, for many reasons, but fiscally being one of them, was kind of a big thing that motivated the change from staff to Generator as a capacity building organization.
Yeah, and the other piece I think too is that this idea that the artist is going to have this beautiful time in the studio, and that someone somewhere else is going to find joy and fulfillment in writing their grants and doing their books and talking to the funders is just not a thing that I think the upcoming generations of people are interested in.
Yeah, and I think pay scale is interesting there too, because you can find people to be artists for a living at a certain pay scale, but you can't ask people to do all the not fun things at the same scale. And so then that comes up with a really interesting question. Like, you could pay a qualified person to do not fun things, but they would have to get paid twice as much as the artist then, which I guess happens from time to time.
Yeah.
But probably isn't very healthy for the ecology. And that's kind of why I think we've arrived at this artists who self-produce being something that's much more pervasive.
But the thing that I still struggle with and where I'm doing my thinking is around this idea of compliance. So there are pieces of the administrative puzzle that I just don't think that it makes sense for an artist to learn. So a compliance will scale depending to where you're at. So if you're a independent artist, your compliance is probably just filling out your final reports for your project grants. But if you then become a nonprofit, it's that plus reporting back to whatever province that you incorporated in and reporting back to the CRA. And then if you're also a charity, then that reporting becomes even more onerous. And also, if you're on operating funding, you're filling out your CADAC forms. So there is this sort of specialized skill set there where I'm like, it's just too much. Like, you don't need to know how to do that.
Yeah.
You need to know that it needs to be done, but where can a shared platform come in and take care of that very small amount that is not part of the artistic practice?
Yeah, and I mean, for me, I feel like we are, like at Generator, we are a shared platform already in terms of giving people the resources, but what we're not doing yet, and what I hope to add here eventually, is that small bit where maybe it's once every 4 months there's that person who takes care of the compliance issues, but that you could train a company and its members, or artistic members, to run it well, as long as you still had that kind of once every 4 months we've made this up on the spot, but a compliance meeting.
Yeah.
One per season, just so the government.
Have you filled out your final report?
Yeah, exactly.
Have you submitted the staff? Do you need to?
Cool. Well, thank you for coming in today, Kristina. It was great.
Pleasure.
I feel like this is an important, real thing, and happy to talk about these things on the internet.